And good morning, everyone. Welcome into another edition of the Epifano Sports Network Saturday McSports Show.
Stars of the game.
Star of the games today. We've got a lot of stars. They're going to be with us between now and about 12 o'clock today from both Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse. So
more stars than you knew about, I'll tell you that.
I know. Well, they're all great. Good students, outstanding athletic abilities.
And there's some stars that couldn't be with us today.
Yeah, unfortunately, but some other commitments. It's that time of the year. We're probably doing the show about 3 weeks behind schedule, which I apologize for, but we got the date set and we're ready to go, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to be talking with at least the first segment with the stars of the game from Miami Trace basketball season. And we'll be talking with a couple of the young fellas that won stars of the games that we, of course, aired on WCHC, which Nick has been so gracious to sponsor over the last couple of years. And that's one of the reasons we're doing the program as part of our Mixed Sports program. A lot of things going on here at McDonald's. Graduation time is just around the corner. In fact, I just saw where Chillicothe actually went ahead and had their graduation last night. It's getting earlier and earlier. It seems like.
I think Greenview had theirs last night, didn't they?
I don't know, but anyway, it's just unbelievable how early it's getting. But that should mean one thing. If you're looking to do some post-graduation things, ideal place to come is to McDonald's because, hey, almost 24/7, right?
That's right. Well, we are 24/7 at Leesburg Avenue, so you come through the drive-thru and get that hankering in the middle of the night for some of the new McCrispy strips, chicken strips.
Yeah.
Pretty good. You got the strip dip and something new.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Publicity on our Facebook page and stuff like that. Of course, we had an opportunity to try that a couple of weeks ago when we were here for student athletes, and they're delicious.
Yeah, and then we had Grimace here last night. We did a little sampling event for the folks who got to come and have some strips with Grimace last night. So that was neat.
We have a lot of other things going on too. As you can see behind us, donuts.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme donuts. We're one of the, we're doing a test in our area to test having Krispy Kreme donuts in the restaurants delivered fresh every day, and it's been amazing. We continually sell out every day, and if you have that hankering for a donut and you want to come through, hopefully we got what you want. There's 3 varieties for you that we carry. That's a variety pack there. You can buy them like that, or you can get 6 or 8 of the whatever kind you want, or 12, whatever the denomination, as long as we have them. But they go quick every day, and it's pretty amazing that they're delivering them fresh every day.
Yeah. So we'll take advantage of that as well.
And also, too, don't forget, you talked about breakfast burritos before we started.
Absolutely. Breakfast
burritos and hotcakes, you can get them all day long. So, just come through anytime, all day long. If you want some hotcakes, you want some breakfast burritos, you want that taste of breakfast, you can get it.
I gotta say, I took some of that home the last visit here, and that was my supper.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is fantastic. Eating breakfast at supper time. I love it.
Yeah. So, and we've got plenty of things like gift cards and those kind of things if you need them for birthdays or graduation gifts, any of those kind of things. We have plenty of gift cards. Also, don't forget we have our full McCafe line. Excuse me. So if you want some, latte or espresso or any of those kind of base drinks, we have those. We have the frozen carbonated beverages. So we got frozen Coke and frozen lemonade and a blue raspberry flavor, and then we also just rolled out a brand new lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay, which is not through the fountain like we have. It's a special machine. It's a machine that we use for our orange juice, and it actually makes lemonade too. And it's a very premium product, premium lemonade. I think once you taste it, you'll really like it. So it's a very good product. So we've got lots of things going on, lots of ways for you to integrate with McDonald's or order from McDonald's. We're constantly evolving our menu as well as how we can take care of you. So with mobile ordering and the app and DoorDash and Uber and all the different delivery situations that we have that you can take advantage of, and also speaking of the app. It's a great way for you to save money, for you to be able to use that app and gain rewards and be able to use those for products and services within McDonald's. So it's a great thing to have. And also, too, using the app gives you alternatives. You can do a mobile order, and it can be made once you get within 3 minutes of the restaurant. We start making it, and you can drive into the restaurant, get the product, go through the drive-through, come inside, say, this is an interstate restaurant here at Jeffersonville where we're filming this. So a lot of times people do a mobile order, get out of their car, come in, use the restroom, and then grab their bag of food and head back on the road. That's very convenient. And also we have mobile ordering, so you can just pull up outside and we'll bring it out to you. So, McDonald's is always trying to innovate and be where the customer wants us to be.
So take advantage of that. Again, Nick has 4 locations, 3 here in Fayette County and also over at Jamestown. So wherever you're at in this area, you should be able to see a McDonald's.
Yeah, and if you're ever by Jamestown, stop and give them some love over there. It's a little restaurant over there. It's kind of by itself, but Cedarville students, Wilberforce students, Central State. There's 3 colleges over in that area. So don't forget us over there. And if you get a chance, stop in and use us. And you're enabling us to do these kind of things in our community. And usually we start out about talking about how great it is to do these kind of things. And I appreciate being able to work with Randy for over 20 years now, doing different things like this and celebrating the youth and celebrating the nonprofits in our community and celebrating the great things that happen in Fayette and Greene counties that we're involved in. And it's a blessing for us to be able to do this. And our customers, you give us the wherewithal to do this. And like we say, when you spend your money in my McDonald's, we're going to give a portion of that back to the community. And we do that on a consistent basis. And I appreciate all my employees that work so hard to take care of you, the customer, so that we can be able to do these things. We're blessed with some great employees, great family of people that take care of us and you every day, and I'm so thankful for them. And thank you for what you let us do with groups like Second Chance and the Humane Society, and we still twice a week we're feeding the homeless hamburgers with Hands of Christ, where they go out twice a week and do that. And we've been doing that for like a year and a half, and we're just blessed to be able to do that. We thank them for their commitment, but all this wouldn't be able to happen without your patronage and what you do by coming in our restaurants. So I want you to know that we take that serious, and we have a responsibility because you come into our restaurants, and we don't take that lightly. We will continue to give back to the community because of you. So thank you for that.
Well, we want to take this time to tell you that one of the things that Nick helps sponsor is our Stars of the Game.
Yep.
And we've got about 20 young people that we're going to be recognizing.
This is the most we've had, right?
We're getting up there. I kind of went crazy with the basketball season, but that's okay, because there was a lot of young people that should be.
He likes to spend my money.
I like spending his money too. But anyway, we're going to start that in just a few moments, so stay with us. We're going to be talking with a couple members of the Miami Trace Boys basketball team that went through the season perfectly, and we'll talk more about that, and our shows has developed over the next hour or so. So we hope you stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, we're on. You pointed, I thought, oh, he's just telling Gage when to
point. I hit the button a little quick, so we got on quicker than we wanted. That happens. This is live.
Yeah, this is live. That's what happens. Gage Bowers is with us right now. Gage won 2 Star of the Game awards this year against Washington Courthouse, and then also against later in the season against Jackson. If I'm Courthouse. First of all, what'd you end up doing in the last few minutes of the game?
Knocked down 10 free throws in a
You
row.
got it. You won the game, hit 10 straight free throws. And then it hits Jackson. What'd you do?
I hit a buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater.
You had quite a year.
He has had quite a season. And he's only a freshman, folks. I mean, unbelievable. Overall, how did your freshman year go? Did you grow the way you thought you would and things like that?
Yeah, it was great. I don't think I could have asked for a better team my freshman year. I mean, the seniors, they took me in. They made me better as a player. They built me up, kept me positive throughout the year. When I made mistakes, they always helped me. And, I mean, the team flew from there.
A lot of people were excited watching you come up through the junior high age group and stuff like that. Did you play a lot of AAU ball or?
So yeah, I don't know if you know, but I was at Greenfield before I came here. I moved here in 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
So when I was, I think in 3rd or 4th grade, I started AAU. I quit school ball. I just played AAU.
Okay.
Up until 7th grade, and then I moved here and I started playing school ball. And then I think that's where I got most of my skills was AAU.
Okay. Now, you're not playing AA again this summer, are you?
Actually, probably once baseball's over, we're doing AAU. I'll probably do both AAU and travel baseball.
Do you have a particular team that you play for? Or?
We have a local team. It's called South of 70. We made it when I was in 3rd or 4th grade whenever we started. We got kids from like Clint Massey, Bellbrook, like we got 2 from Miami Trace. You know Carter Davidson?
Yeah, Carter, yeah.
He's on the team. And then there's a kid from Unioda. So we're pretty local. We were ranked like number 1 in the state in like 6th grade.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Obviously, when you play basketball, what coach wants you to do? I mean, he says, okay, son, when you're going out on that court, this is your main responsibility. What is it?
Ben mainly just preached to me to not turn the ball over, get it up the court, start the offense, slow everything down if I need to, or speed things up. But mainly, Ben, he yelled at me a lot because I didn't shoot the ball a lot at the beginning of the season. So he kind of was preaching that. I started shooting it a little bit more.
I noticed that. But let's be honest with you, you need time to kind of get used to the guys around you and know what you can do and what you can't do, and then they got to learn to trust you too, because basically the ball's in your hand most of the time.
Yeah.
Baseball. Tell us a little bit about that. Where you play? What position you playing on that?
I play shortstop.
Okay. So you're kind of like being the guy. You like to be the guy in the middle, don't you?
Yeah.
How do you handle pressure?
I love pressure. It makes me better, I feel like.
Really? Well, some kids as young as you are, they're kind of like, I don't know if I want to, but it seems like you're kind of level-headed and you kind of want to do what you got to do to get the team moving on. How's your schooling doing?
Good. School's very important. My dad, he gets on me if I don't get 4.0, so that's good.
Well, obviously, you would think you don't want to start talking about graduating yet, but I'm sure that one of the goals he would like for you to do, if you feel like it, is to eventually maybe play some college sports and stuff like that. And to be honest, you got to get the grades to do it. So I'm glad to hear that you're going to be doing well in the classroom. All right. So again, Gage got 2 awards against with Courthouse and against Jackson. So Gage, congratulations on your double wins there. We're going to take a break, and he's going to be going to baseball. What, Goshen?
Yep, Goshen.
Doubleheader?
No, just 1 game.
Just 1 game. So he'll be leaving for that. So we invite you, if you get a chance later on today, you might want to go out and watch him play some baseball, okay? So we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Adam Guthrie. So stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. right, we're back here at the McDonald's in Jeffersonville, our location for the McSports program, and of course today is our stars of the game. We're speaking now with Adam Guthrie, who was the star of the game against Western Brown back in early December. To be honest with you, the figures that you come up with, you probably could have been the star of the game in every single game, because you, I was going to say, man, you average 20 points a game and all that stuff like that. We had to kind of give it a few other fellows every once in a while, spread it around, or it'd been known as the Guthrie Award or something like that.
I don't know, I mean, we don't have any NIL, so if I give you like, $1,000 worth of gift cards, that may show up as
Yeah, you might get in trouble.
Violation.
Violation with the High School Athletic Association. Tell us about your season overall. You obviously, as a senior, you had a great season.
I'm only a junior.
Well, that's why I said you're only a junior. Don't worry, man. I do this all the time. I'll tell people they're a senior, and no, I'm only a sophomore. I mean, so
one was a freshman.
One was a freshman. Junior, Guthrie. Yes. All right. I guess what threw me off was that you signed for Clemson, but we'll talk about that in a second. All right, as a junior, you had an outstanding season. Tell us a little bit about it. What some of the things you were able to accomplish?
Definitely just winning the gold ball for the school and going 21-0 in the regular season was something that the school has never done before. So having that success and also having a good season myself, it's a really good season.
You got, Player of the Year for the league? All-State? Second team. Was you Player of the Year in the district?
Coaches poll, yeah. Yeah,
coaches poll. And then, you average around 20-some points a game. But didn't you get tired of everybody picking on you when you were playing on the court?
Yeah, I've gotten used to it over the years. So I'm used to people hanging on me and all that stuff. So,
I mean, I did some of your games and stuff, and I keep looking and I'm thinking, how are they getting away with stuff doing that to you? I mean,
Yeah, I've played through my whole life, so it's nothing new now.
But you're very level-headed. I'll give you credit for that, because I think I probably would have smacked somebody, to be honest with you. But you kept your composure and stuff like that, and I credit you for that. But that's something, like you say, with your height and your brother's height in the past, it's just something you guys, I guess, had instilled in yourself. You got to keep your control.
Definitely, because I know I'm worth more to this team than losing my control and getting a tag or having a foul. So I'm more worth on the court more than I am off the court. So I got to just keep my head.
And of course, the thing is, you pick up too many technicals, you start getting suspended for games and stuff like that, and that could cost your team. So, yeah. What was it like going 21-0?
It was definitely fun. A lot of people didn't believe that we could. People picked us to finish third in the league preseason. So a lot of people didn't believe in us, and we all did. So it's just fun to see that happen.
When you look back on the season, was there a particular game that maybe stood out in your mind, or?
Definitely, when we played Hilliard-Davidson, Division I school, come to Trace and we beat them, and beating Jackson on the road. It was our third game or something like that.
Yeah.
By 10+. I think that's when we really stood out and just thought that we could actually do something special.
And the thing also is, we'll talk to a couple of the other fellas as well, is that you guys didn't blow everybody out. There were some games where you had almost come down to the final possession to win it.
Yeah, definitely. That helps with Ben. We all trust Ben. When we get to close games, he knows what to do, so we just listen to him.
All right, now I want to talk to you real quickly about your decision to go to Clemson. As a junior, you kind of made an early decision, but what was it about that drew you to want to attend Clemson?
Yep, I visited in the fall for my first time, and I just loved it ever since then. Then I went back right after basketball season was over with my parents, and I just felt right, so I just wanted to get my choice done, over with.
What was it about that really drew your attention?
Just the family atmosphere. I felt like home. It is 8 hours away from here, so having that family atmosphere and a place I could feel comfortable at really helped.
Now, your brother, of course, signed a couple of years ago. Is he still Coastal Carolina?
Campbell.
Oh, Campbell, okay. But he got hurt, didn't he?
He played this whole season, so he didn't get hurt. He got hurt his freshman year.
Freshman year, okay. All right. I'm getting up there in age, though, so sometimes my memory just fails me a little bit. What is it about the Guthrie boys, though? I mean,
we got the size for it, definitely, and I think just playing sports our whole life, we have the athleticism to play that level, and not many people around here are 6'7" kids.
That's true.
That helps a lot.
Well, and I know you guys have got great supporting parents, and I know your dad played sports, your mom, I think, played sports as well. So you guys got good genes when you were born. So, but they've been great supporters for you through the years, as well as your brother. So, congratulations to that. All right, coming up, your senior year. So, what are some of the things you're working on now during the off season?
Definitely getting ready for football season right now. Still playing basketball though, so just trying to do both. But football season starts in 3 months now. Just playing for the team, practicing with the team.
Okay. Does the fact that you two play two sports, is that going to affect you for your senior year?
I don't think so. I think I've decided I'm going to stay, not early graduate and play basketball my senior year. So I don't think it affects me much.
Okay, because I know some kids will opt out after their season they're going to go to school with, and they won't play the second sport, so that'd be good. Kind of like a repeat, right?
Yep.
Another 21-0?
Oh, that'd be nice.
We'll see what happens, all right? No pressure on him whatsoever, friends. All right, well, congratulations. As I mentioned before, you had a great season. It was a joy to watch you play, and we're looking forward to this upcoming year, both football and also in basketball, okay?
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll have another guest on our Stars of the Game. Stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, we're back here at the Epifano McDonald's restaurant in Jeffersonville. With us right now is Trey Robinette, who, of course, was the star of the game. And let me see here. Which game did you win? I have to look at my... Courthouse, yeah. The second time, right?
Yeah, second.
Okay, second game out there that you played against them. Looking at your senior season, you like Mr. Guthrie there, you playing two sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You came off football and then you get into basketball. How easy of a transition was it for you?
At first it's pretty tough because during football season, I'm totally focused on football. I'm not playing any basketball or anything. But I think this year really helped me because as soon as football was over, I got right into basketball. I didn't take any time off. So I think just, getting into it as soon as possible, I think that helped me.
What was your goal as far as, or what, when Coach Ben talked to you about, okay, Trey, I need you to fill this role for my team and stuff, what were some of those things that he wanted you to try to accomplish?
He told me I really needed to improve on defense and especially rebounding. So I think just being more aggressive, going after boards and stuff, I think that really helped me. And just, scoring, just it comes with that. So I didn't try to force anything. So I think, I was just playing the way Coach wanted me to.
When you have a game, especially with the way you play around on rebounding and stuff like that, because that's good that you brought that up. You were usually among the top 2 or 3 in the rebounding department, usually behind Mr. Guthrie there. So when you look at what your responsibilities is, are you able to help him up a little bit, take some pressure off of him?
Yeah, because there's always at least one guy trying to box out Adam, maybe even 2 or 3 guys. So just getting, there's not really anyone to box me out. So it just helps out. It creates a lot more space when everyone's focused on Adam, and it just leaves me and Sky. We got a lot more rebounds this season than previous season, so I think Adam helped out a lot.
What was it like going 21-0? Did you ever feel the pressure on you guys at one time, or?
I think by the time we got to about like 10 or so games, it really we could go undefeated. So I think at that point we just tried to take it one game at a time, and we had a couple close ones, but we knew we were probably the better team in all those games. So we just had to play how we knew how to play and just play great defense.
I know that they talked about what game maybe stood out in your mind. What was yours?
Probably the Jackson game. We were ready to play them, I think it was a Friday night.
Yeah.
And then it got moved to Saturday morning. So we had to adjust to that, and I got my first dunk in that game, and it was just a really close game. It was 40-something. It was in the 40s. So
42-41.
Yeah, it was a really defensive game, and we knew they really pride themselves on their defense. So we found a way to win.
Football, quarterback,
Yeah.
all kinds of stats. Like to throw
Yeah.
the ball, like to hand the ball off, like to run the ball.
Yeah,
And now you get to go to college for it.
I know.
Tell us a little bit about that.
West Liberty, they're in West Virginia. They have a good program, and I think there's a couple kids around here that are also going there. The point guard from Minford, he's going there. So they recruit really good athletes, and I really like their coaches and what they're doing down there. So
Is there anything in particular that drew you to there?
a lot of our coaches have gone there. Our head football coach, Coach Williams,
Right.
our principal, Mr. Sheets.
Huh?
So they've both told me about it, and they really liked it. So that really helped my decision.
Okay, good. You going to study? What are you going to try to study?
I'm between education, because I want to be a coach,
Okay.
or maybe just business or something. I haven't really decided yet.
Okay. Well, you got time.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
First year, you got basically general courses anyway.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Anyway. All right. Well, congratulations, Trey, for winning the star of the game against Washington Courthouse the second time around. And appreciate him joining us today. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have another guest. Stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, we're back with us now here on the Stars of the Game. Now we're on this show. We're talking to the guests from the Miami Trace boys basketball team. Another of the winners was Sky Salyers, who was Chillicothe in the sectionals tournaments and stuff like that. What was it like playing a team 3 times in the same season? Did you kind of get tired of it, or?
A little bit. It's always hard playing a team 3 times, and a good team at least. Chile was really good this year.
Yeah.
So we beat them twice. Third time we knew it would be hard, but we got it done.
I noticed your shirt there. You got the 21-0 perfect season, things like that. When you went into the season, everyone knew. Well, the so-called experts had you picked third, but I think a lot of people knew that you guys had a pretty decent team heading up. And but let's be honest with you, 21-0, that's so rare.
Yeah, it is. Going into the season, I figured we'd be good because we had chemistry going up. Back when we played JV with me, Adam, Trey, and Grant before he left, we had a lot of chemistry on that team. That JV team went 21-1.
Okay.
So we were really good. So we just knew how to play together, and then I figured it would translate to varsity, but I didn't know we'd go 21-0.
Is there a particular game that stood out in your mind that you had personally during the season, or?
I think we realized our level of play when we played Hilliard-Davidson, because that's a D1 team that plays.
Yeah, that's
good competition.
You're the second one to mention that.
Yeah.
What was it about? Just because
it's a different level of basketball, playing a team from up there.
Now, I know that you guys played some tough competition throughout the year. Your non-conference was fairly tough.
Yeah.
And that I guess what's the old saying, that melts you into being sharper and stuff
Yep,
like that.
It definitely does.
Now, what's your plans for the future?
I plan on going into trade school for electric
Oh, okay.
and getting my certification and going to an electric company or one day owning my own.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Future business owner there. There we go. That's good. What other sports do you play?
I played basketball and football.
Okay, you were on the football team. Okay,
Yep.
that's right. You was wide receiver, right?
Yep.
Okay. What things have you learned now from playing under Coach Williams and Coach Ackley that you hope will carry on as you kind of sounds like you kind of got your plan, life planned?
Definitely learned a lot of leadership from basketball and football because football I didn't start till I was a senior.
Okay.
I played freshman year, but it wasn't anything
Okay.
important. But senior year, he treated me like I was there the whole 4 years and gave me a leader role, and I like taking that. And then from Ackley, Ben really made me a better person through basketball, and I think that's why we were so good this year because it was never locker room problems. We never argued. We were just a really close team. That's probably why we were 21-0.
When you look at this experience, maybe in 5 years, what is the one thing you would like to remember from it?
Probably the practices. I've never enjoyed practices more than this year.
Really?
They were fun, yes.
Man.
We all got along so great. It was fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, when you have your 10-year reunion or something like that with all the ball team, everybody's going to get it along pretty much.
Yeah.
You guys probably still could play
Probably.
in about 10 years.
Yeah. I'm sure Adam will be doing something with football, so he'll be in shape.
Never even thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, being the pros,
Oh, yeah.
All right. Final question for you, Trey. As we mentioned before, you kind of have a plan of what you want to do with your life and stuff like that. Your schooling, what things did you get? Your sports is one thing, schooling is kind of another area. What were some of the things you were able to accomplish in the academic field?
As far as like grades,
Yeah, and stuff like that.
my grades were pretty good throughout high school. I was always 3.5 or higher.
Oh, okay.
Trying to keep that there because it's always nice to have that on your transcript when you're trying to get a job or going.
Right.
But I took construction a little bit at Trace when they have that program, so it got me a little bit of electric experience there.
Oh, okay, good.
So I think I'm ready to do it.
Okay, well, it's good. I'm glad to see that they're offering different opportunities for you and stuff like that. Well, congratulations. It was a joy to watch you play over the last couple of years in basketball, and wish you the best of luck. And you never know, Nick may need somebody to do electrical work in his house sometime, and may I give you a call or something,
Sounds
okay?
good.
All right. We'll have another guest coming up, so stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network and the Saturday Mix Sports Show. All right, we're back now as we have the final guest for their 21-0 season. And one of the guys that was one of the keys to that is Travis Kelly, who's filling in today for Ben Ackley, the head coach, who's umpiring of all things.
Yeah, he apologizes for not being here. But,
Well, maybe we'll catch him the next time or something like that. Travis, your role kind of changed during the season, stuff like that. You become more involved in the coaching of teams and things like that. But what was that experience like, making the transition?
yeah, it was fun. So I've always ran our youth basketball program for about 8 years now, and then was working with the junior high, and Ben asked me to join his staff this year. So it was, I kind of enjoyed that. I used to coach on Rob Pitzer's staff years and years ago.
Okay.
So it was nice to get back in with the older kids, and I tell you, it was an amazing year. Our group of seniors and really our whole entire team welcomed me in. The coaching staff welcomed me in. So it was nice. It was a good transition, and really enjoyed it. So had to fill in, coach a little bit of JV towards the end of the year, and But all in all, we had a great group of kids and a lot of fun. So
when you look at the coaching staff at Miami Trace, Ben's been pretty consistent over the years of who he's had on the program, and I guess that's a key, especially with you, the head coach, is if guys have a chance to advance or take other jobs and stuff, it's kind of maybe different in high school than it is in college.
Right.
But the fact that you can kind of keep the staff together and even call, like you said, you used to be with Robbie and stuff like that, to call guys, maybe bring them back a little bit to the program for their insight and their help.
Yeah, it really keeps things kind of consistent. So that's what makes it nice. And Ben's done a great job. He's great to work with, and he has a lot of trust and faith in us. Brian Southworth's been with him for a long time.
Yes,
a very long time.
Yes.
And Alex Marting's been with him, and so it's been kind of nice to be able to have the consistency with that. And that's what was nice when I come on board. They all welcomed me in, and it really worked out well for us. So.
When you look back on this season, was there any particular games that you're sitting there thinking, how are we going to pull this bad boy off,
There was a couple, especially Ben was sick for a while there, and his mother had passed away midway through the season, and he got extremely sick, and he couldn't make it to the Chillicothe game. And, as you well know, that came down to a last-second shot to kind of keep the ball rolling. And as we knew we kind of had a target on us this year. We won the FAC the previous year, so everybody's wanting to come after us each week. So as we got deeper into that FAC season, it's a grind,
right.
But it says a lot about our senior leadership and our kids. We had a couple times where we had a rough stretch there where Chillicothe was close, Waverly was close, but we grinded it out and found ways to win, and it says a lot about our kids and our leadership. So.
I was going to say, that's what I was going to mention. You had some close games there and stuff like that, but it really showed the kids' character and things like that, so that's good. And then, of course, you had a couple close ones toward the end there. You had Jackson, there on a Saturday afternoon and stuff like that. I don't know about you. I like these Saturday afternoon games. I know you guys don't like Saturday night games sometimes, but Saturday afternoon games every once in a while, all right. The only problem was I had a game that night with Courthouse and Trace girls, so I didn't really get a break, But still, it was nice kind of have a little variety and stuff like that. How did the kids adjust from going from the night? Didn't you play the night before? And then
we played the night before and then had to come back because the Jackson game was a makeup game from the weather, and then of course we were in the afternoon because the girls' Trace Courthouse game was later on that evening. So it was a grind to get back in the gym first thing in the morning and get them ready, but great game once again. Found a way to win and keep the streak alive, and So
a lot of kids will, you of course, graduated some kids, but you got some kids will be coming back. You got some kids will probably be moving up from reserve and stuff like that. What are some of the things that Ben and the coaching staff wants these kids to try to work on during the off season?
Yeah, so we've got, of course, obviously it starts with our big man underneath, and he's back. So we'll have Guthrie back next year, and then of course. Gage will be back leading the helm. I was so amazed with Gage this year. Just the presence he had on the court this year as a freshman coming in. But we'll hit the ground running here with our off season. I think we're Monday and Wednesdays in the off season on some shootouts. We'll be in Jackson every Wednesday.
Okay.
Team camp, we'll be down at OU for a team camp this year.
Oh, okay.
So we'll hit the gym here in the next couple weeks and get going, and it won't be easy again next year. I think our schedule next year will be it'll be interesting. So we open up with 3 road games, and so we play Meigs to start the season. So
you're gonna play Meigs, okay?
Yeah, so it'll be fun. But we've got a lot of kids. Cade did a great job for us last year. Cade will be back, and then of course we have Luke and Connor that'll be back. That'll be huge. And like you said, we'll have a couple JV kids that'll be able to contribute. And we're looking forward to the next season, but it was nice to celebrate this season with the success these kids had. So.
I was gonna say, even though it's 3 months after, it was kind of nice for the guys to still kind of like maybe, we did have a pretty good season. Even little memories and stuff like that. And it's kind of nice to talk to them a little bit about the season today.
Yeah, there's one thing. It's you don't realize it at the moment, but how big of a deal it is moving on. I played the last district championship team I played on at Trace in '98. So it's been a long time before that's coming, but just to have the success that these kids had, I mean, it says a lot, and it means a lot, and it's something that they'll remember for a long time, the memories they made. So.
All right, well, good enough. Travis Kelly joined us here today from the Miami Trace coaching staff, and also he'll be taking that plaque back to the school. 21-0, they can put in their trophy case and stuff like that.
Put it right up there next to the traveling football trophy.
The traveling football trophy at Miami Trace one as well. That's good. I like that.
That's
right
right.
on the counter when you walk in.
So, Randy, we appreciate everything you do, and Nick, we appreciate everything you guys do. It means a lot to our program and the coverage. So.
Yeah,
Appreciate you guys taking the time to come out.
Yeah, it's really nice that you guys were able to come out today and do the program.
And this is about trying to make those moments like you talked about, remembering like when you played, and they can go back and they'll be able to look at this, years from now.
It's special.
You know,
It's
Yeah,
special.
it is.
That's what we want to do, make it special.
Yep.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one little break, and then we're going to double check here because I think our next set of guests is almost ready to go. So we may take a short break.
We're going to run a long commercial.
And
House commercial.
or take some picture or whatever. We'll come back and we'll tell you about what we're going to do. So let's get an ad out of the way, and then we'll come right back here on the McSports program.
Rayleigh's our great-granddaughter. When she was 6 months old, and she was having 30 to 60 seizures a day. Then, last spring, we noticed a bruise on her inside of her thigh. A few days later, they came back with a pathology diagnosis, and it was lymphoblastic lymphoma. Without treatment, death is within 3 to 5 months. You treat her, she's dead. It's that simple. So we're in the hospital, and a lady I've never seen before walks in the room. She said, "I'm going to try to get y'all a room at the Ronald McDonald House." I didn't know what that was. I was 66 years old, and the only thing I knew about the Ronald McDonald House was when I went to McDonald's, they had a box sitting by the cash register, and I put money in it. She brought us over here, 1 block from the emergency room entrance of Children's Hospital. Rayleigh's in a wheelchair, and I can push her there in 2 minutes and 12 seconds because I've timed it. Well, we come to know the Ronald McDonald House because in the last 14 months, we've probably spent 100 nights here. But last December, during the night, Rayleigh got sick. Jump out of bed, put her in the wheelchair, and we're racing down the street. We get in the emergency room door. Her temperature in 2 minutes went to 103. She teetered there for 7 hours. And finally her oxygen level in her blood started coming back up. I'm going to say again that we live 3.5 hours away, but we had the Ronald McDonald House. And we were here. If we hadn't been here, the child would have died. I hope your family never needs the Ronald McDonald House. But I want to tell you something. If you do, there's nothing like it. We thank God for it every day.
All right, we're going to go right ahead and talk to some of the girls that from the Miami Trace girls basketball team that won Stars of the Game awards. Zoe Grooms is with us right now. I think you were the first one, right? Jackson? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that you won. Was that kind of sweet a little bit after Jackson had dominated the league for so long that you guys actually were able to just smack them around?
Yes, it was the best, actually.
Tell us a little bit about your season. How'd it go?
I thought it was pretty good with the new coach. I think our team did pretty good with the changes. We just play good together. We all get along, so it was pretty easy to adapt.
You guys, I think, got 12 wins or something like that. So so increased the total from that. Unfortunately, Mr. Day is not going to be able to return. So now you're going to have another coach. Mm-hmm. Your third in 3 years. That's going to be tough. and you'll be a senior next year. Have you had any background with Mr. Smallwood at all?
We all talk to Smallwood. He's a teacher. He goes to all the games. We talk to him a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we all get along with him. We've already started, shooting around and stuff. He's ready to go. We're ready to go. I think it'll be good.
Okay, good. What game kind of stood out in your mind this year, as far as basketball is concerned? Did you have a particular game that you thought about, or?
Probably just our courthouse games. They always stick out when you win. So it's just good to beat them both times.
You swept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You also play softball. I consider it still a big upset, and you guys beat Leesburg the other night. Unfortunately, we didn't get all of it on tape. I apologize for that, but you guys were able to be a state-ranked team, and I feel that that's kind of a growth for your softball program as well.
For sure, because we struggled for a while.
Yeah, you lost 5 or 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden you guys got hot and won 5 in a row or something like that. So you got another coach that's kind of like, I don't want to say he's laid back, because I don't know, is he laid back?
Yeah, he is pretty laid back.
Okay.
He's pretty,
So you're kind of used to that a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of. That's just Todd.
That's just Todd. Well, the reason I'm trying to bring that up is Sean was a little more intense when he coached the guys in basketball, wasn't he?
Yeah, and definitely Detweiler, when we had her, she was the most intense.
Yes, but you guys were able to get through it, and now, again, you're working on your third basketball coach, Mr. Smallwood. He's going to be a tad tense, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I think it's going to make you guys a better team in the long run, so that's good. Well, congratulations on the star of the game with Jackson. Stay around. We'll get pictures here in just a few minutes, and we'll have another guest in just a few minutes as well. So, we'll be back with more of our Stars of the Game right after this.
And I would walk 500 miles and I would mess around acting brand new just to be the man.
Lego. Could I get a #1 with a Coke? Thanks. Coming around.
Baby, 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 if I kiss you like this, whisper like that, but it's all coming back to me.
Hi, sir. Oh, excuse me. You're #1 with the Coke?
Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right.
Back here now on our Stars of the Game program as we're talking with Miami Trace basketball stars today. We, of course, talked to the boys. Now we're talking to some of the girls. Well, Washington Courthouse coming up here in just a little bit as well on another show, so stay tuned for that on our programming. Katie Bach's with us right now. Katie was, I believe, one of our stars of the game for volleyball.
Yeah.
And now basketball. You play spring sports?
No.
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 So I can't give you an award for that. Sorry. All right, we tried. Tell us a little bit about your game you had against Circleville. That was just one of those games that they won pretty handily. Let's just be honest with it. But you were able to get some points in the score book and also get some key rebounds. But Circleville is one of those teams that came along that, we got ways to go yet, don't we?
Yeah. They had a really big girl. She's a pretty solid player, and we definitely had to try our hardest to work around her. But I think he really wanted us to push the ball a lot, and we tried our hardest there. And just definitely getting shots off in the outside areas helped us a lot, just because going in was a lot harder. So.
Yeah, when you got the tall girl in the middle and stuff like that, it is kind of hard. You almost have to readjust your offense a little bit to shoot more outside and things like that. You guys seemingly, though, were able to pound the ball a little bit more inside than I thought you would. in the past. But you guys got Gracie and stuff. You guys that are able to do a lot of penetration and stuff like that. Was that part of the strategy Coach Day had this year, or was it just game by game?
It was just game by game. There wasn't really like a full year-long strategy that we kept the same. He would just, right before the games, he would have like a plan, and then like at halftime we would either like readjust that plan or keep the same plan, but he would always make sure that we'd always have something that we need to do and have a set plan.
During the season, your practices, one player said that they were fun. How was practices for the girls this year?
I would say that I never didn't want to go to practice.
Okay.
It was pretty fun. There was a good environment. I think it all helped because even outside of basketball, we all hung out as a team, and so we really bonded really well. So, but yeah, practices were fun.
I'm gonna say, watching the games that we broadcast and everything, there was seemed like really good chemistry this year, not only with you girls, but also with the guys team and stuff like that. And I think it speaks well that, that's one of the reasons why everybody was kind of successful this year, is because you have that good chemistry.
Yeah, I think, so my sophomore year, so last year, we just all kind of went our own ways. We didn't really ever hang out as a team. And so I think that we had to take that upon ourselves and be like, all right, we need to come together as a team so we can all be on the same page and play together for the person. So.
And of course, that goes a long way toward leadership and stuff like that, when you kind of take it upon yourself to do that. Overall, what'd you think of your season?
I thought we had a good season. Adjusting to a new coach, and we got more wins than we did last year. So that was a positive. Lots of growing, learning new things.
Okay, you are a
junior.
Okay. I was going to say seniors, but I didn't want to make that mistake. So you're a junior. So now you're going to be like Zoe. You're going to be in your third coach in 3 years.
Yeah.
For the most part, players would probably freak out, but the fact that you already know Jeff, that's going to have to be an advantage to you guys a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've kind of grown up with him a little bit. Him and my dad are really good friends, and I go to his classroom literally every day. We have multiple conversations, and so he's a role model to me. So
good.
And lots of the other girls on the team. So I think it'll be really good.
Good. I know that he's a very popular choice.
Yeah.
I posted on our Fayette 43160 sports page, and I had over 100 and some likes, which is the most I've ever gotten on anything, and a lot of great positive comments about Jeff getting the role and stuff like that. So I know that he's already had met with you guys and stuff.
Yeah, we already have open gyms.
So basically, what's the plan for this summer?
So we have a really busy summer. I know we're going to go to the Cedarville camp.
Okay.
And then tons of shootouts, obviously the youth camp. We had a meeting the other day, parents and players, and we just really need to be in super good shape. We want to push the ball a lot this year, and just being in a lot better shape than we were last year.
Okay.
So.
Good. All right, well, it'll be exciting to watch you guys play this coming season, see how things go. And, of course, back on volleyball, right?
I'm not playing this year.
You're not going to play this year?
No, I didn't play this past year.
Oh, okay.
I took a break and just did basketball all year round.
Okay, good enough. So we'll wait for you for basketball season then. All right, good enough. Well, Katie Bach, once again, our star of the game for the Circleville contest. We have one more guest coming up. We'll talk to Gracie. And then I believe Aaron Hammond, the athletic director, is here. We're going to talk to him briefly and then get pictures, and then everybody can go home or play softball or whatever they got to do today. So stay with us right here on the Stars of the Game and the Epifano Sports Network. right, we're back here now for our final female guest for the girls basketball program. That, of course, is Gracie Levitt. And Gracie had an outstanding season. Stat-wise, what, 14, 15 points a game?
I think it was only like 10-something.
Well, like I said, it was about 10-something. But you could have had 15 or 16 a point a game if you really wanted to, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that you got teammates there that help distribute the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You guys overall had a pretty good season.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good.
What was it like during the season, coach preparing you and things like that, that you felt that you were able to grow from?
Probably to grow from.
Yeah.
Probably. I think our team chemistry and stuff, like, we got better throughout the season, and I think that really helped us, and I think we really grew from that.
Okay.
But yeah.
You had more of a leadership role, I think, this year with running the offense and things like that. Did the coach sit down with you and say, okay, ball's in your hands 70 or 80% of the time, it's going to run around you? What kind of pressure did that put on you, or did it put pressure on you? Some like the pressure and others don't.
I mean, I kind of like the pressure, at the same time I don't. But he didn't really sit down with me, but I just knew that, like, I'm going to have to be more of a leader this year since Jesse wasn't there. So kind of had to step up a little bit.
Okay. Now, you had a chance now, you've played 2 years on the varsity level and things like that. Going now to your third coach, do you know Coach Smallwood very well?
Yeah.
Okay, I think everybody knows Jeff pretty well. That helps. So what has he kind of told to you guys about, trying to work on during the summer months and for next season?
He's really trying to get us in more shape because we weren't in very good shape this season. But he wants us to get better at shooting because our shooting percentages were not that good this season.
Right.
But that's something he's really focusing on.
Okay. Now, you, of course, were the star of the game. You played Washington Courthouse the second time around, I believe it was. When you look at Washington Courthouse and you guys, it's always a nice rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
You probably know some of the girls on that team and stuff like that. So what does a rivalry game like that mean to you personally?
I mean, everything. I mean, I really just want to beat them, honestly, because they're our rival, but...
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, that's what a lot of people will do. I like you until we get to the court, and then I don't like you after that. Then after we're done, then I can like you again.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good enough. Well, Gracie, congratulations. You were star of the game for that for the courthouse contest. We're going to get Mr. Hammond on here, and then we'll take pictures of you. Then you guys can leave for the day, so stay with us. We'll be back in just a few moments right here on the Epifano Sports Network and our Stars of the Game special. So stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. We're back, and we are here at McDonald's. Aaron Hammond, the athletic director of the Miami Trace Panthers, with us right now. Kind of filling in today for the girls basketball program, and well, let's get it out of the way. You made a big decision, hiring Jeff Smallwood as your head girls basketball coach for the season. Talk to us a little bit about that. Why did Jeff kind of sell you guys that I want to be the man?
Well, when the committee met and reviewed applications, we were familiar with Jeff and brought Jeff in for an interview, and the committee was very much impressed by his vision for the program, particularly because he discussed it at all three levels, high school, middle school, and our youth program.
Right.
And the committee felt it's very important that our high school staff and our high school girls get down into our youth program to build back the excitement in our basketball program. We have a very rich basketball tradition, and it was that vision and the involvement of his staff at all three levels that really sold the committee.
When you look at Jeff, I mean, he's no stranger. He was an outstanding basketball player at Washington Courthouse. I believe, did he coach under Rob?
Under Coach Pitzer, yes.
Yeah, so he's got the familiarity of basketball and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So his teaching ability should not be a problem. He's already a coach with the track team, right?
He's our head cross-country
coach. So
and junior high track.
Oh, okay. So there, he's already got that background as far as teaching and coaching and stuff like that. So it was almost really a win-win.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to have that. He's an educator, and he's our building, and he'll be around the girls every day. So that was another feature that sold the committee. I mean, we were aware that Jeff had existing relationships with a lot of young ladies who participate in our basketball program, and that, since we're kind of late in the process, that gives us a head start as we go into the off season and next season.
Well, you got to be proud of your winter sports. I mean, boys going 21-0, the girls increased in wins and stuff like that. And of course, the wrestling team, they won the championship, and bowling did very well and so forth. Overall, you have to be happy with the winter sports season.
Absolutely. And I was talking to someone just yesterday. Thus far this year, we've had the most successful sports season of my tenure as an athletic director. I mean, we had a very successful fall, a very successful winter, and we're on tap for a very successful spring. Our girls track team just won the FAC championship on Wednesday at Chillicothe, and our boys are getting to actually play today, even though we had the storms last night.
Like
So
you need a raise.
yeah. We'll see what we can do.
You heard it here first.
Sorry, Mrs. Pitzer, I don't know. We'll have to talk that up with her, I guess. When you look at a sports program as the athletic director and stuff like that, what are some of the things that you have to kind of learn how to balance? I mean, obviously you can't go around telling each of the coaches, okay, this is the way you're supposed to run the teams under my direction, right?
Oh, absolutely. My approach to it is I don't micromanage. We hire coaches to coach our kids, and that's their responsibility. I'm there to be a support to our coaches and provide anything that I can to help them, whether it be advice or helping them get the equipment they need for their programs. That's my role. I'm to be there to be supportive, but it's not my responsibility to go in there and micromanage their programs. That's why we hire them. That's why we put our faith and our trust in them, and that's what we're there to do. If they need anything, I'm always there, but I prefer the behind-the-scenes role as opposed to being out there in front. That's not what I do.
In other words, he doesn't really like doing this, talking on Facebook, but
that would be accurate.
Say the least. All right, one final question, and then we'll let you go. With the summer coming up quickly, what are some of the things that the school's going to be involved with as far as the coaching is concerned? What is the guidelines when they can coach, when they can't teach, what camps they can go to, etc. like that?
Well, the Ohio High School Athletic Association has changed guidelines regarding coaching in the past couple years. Now coaches get 13 to 15 days of actual coaching time in the summer, when they used to only have 10. So they expanded the number of coaching days. So our coaches have put together their summer schedules, their camps, their team camps to maximize those coaching days. And we also have open gyms scheduled in all our sports for volleyball, basketball, getting in the gym. And Coach Williams has got a very active football summer. We're actually hosting a college combine on the 21st.
Okay.
We have, I think, 20 colleges coming in to watch our kids perform.
Wow.
So it's impressive. The Clemson pipeline is coming. We'll have a coach from Clemson there.
Oh, okay.
Ostensibly to see Adam, but also to see our other kids. So it's nice that our kids are getting in front of college coaches.
Right. That's good. All right. What are you going to do during the summer?
I work all year. I'm one of those full-time year-round ADs.
Okay.
So I take a little time off in the summer to hook up my trailer and head out to the woods where my cell phone service doesn't work, so my phone won't ring, and I just have a little peace for a little while, and then I come back to the real world.
Okay. Now, you is the schedules already set for next year?
Fall and winter are about 98% done at this point.
Okay. So then you'll probably start working on spring right as soon as spring season's done?
Yeah, we'll start probably June 1. We'll start finalizing those schedules. The league is going to a new format for baseball and softball. We tried Monday and Tuesday, back-to-back for league. Next year we're going to Monday, Wednesday.
Monday, Wednesday, okay.
The problem was when we went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was the mandated makeup day. While a lot of leagues in the area played league games on Wednesday, so trying to find officials for a makeup game on a Wednesday was very, very hard. So we went to a Monday, Wednesday for the next couple years to see how that works, and then Thursday becomes the automatic makeup.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I think that'd be good because, like I say, I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of leagues doing that now.
Right.
So that kind of gets you guys in line a little bit as to what everyone else is doing, stuff like
Correct.
that.
We tried the back-to-back experiment.
Can we get like kind of an update on the holiday tournament? What are we looking at doing?
The holiday tournament, there are some changes to the holiday tournament.
Okay, yeah.
This past year, with massive
McDonald's holiday
planes,
tournament,
yes, Flames opted not to participate. So we only had 3 teams this year, and we did a very different format than we have in the past. But this coming season, Washington Courthouse is coming back into the tournament.
Okay.
Of course, Miami Trace and Washington has agreed to play potentially a third time in the season.
Okay.
But it's going to be a non-league game. It will not count in our league standings.
Okay.
But it'll be great to have it back to 4 teams, and we can go back to the semifinal and the final format that we've used for so many years. And Courthouse was in it for years back when we started.
Right.
So it's nice that they brought back into the fold, and I'm sure Mr. Epifano likes it because get another local team in.
But I'm one of those standoff sponsors, so Aaron and the guys, they take care of it.
Well, let them take care of it.
The 4 teams are again
Miami Trace, Washington Courthouse, London, and Greenview.
All right, so that's a new story we can break on the websites. The Courthouse will be coming back, so that's great.
I thought, since we got him here.
Yeah, let's see. So are you going with reserve and varsity?
Reserve and varsity, yes.
On both?
For both boys and girls.
Okay, good enough. And of course, we'll have dates and stuff like that a little bit later on.
Hopefully, things will work out better this year. We can be there.
We can actually broadcast the games and stuff like that. All right.
That's exciting.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
That's exciting.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations on another successful season. Good luck to the spring sports because the kids are still busy with tournaments and stuff like that.
Cranking on, absolutely.
Wow, that's hard to believe. And then we'll get ready to do it all over again coming August.
It won't be long.
As soon as fair is through, man, it's nonstop. All right, Aaron Hammond joined us here on our program. Want to take a break? Well, I'll wrap it up. Let's take a break. And then I'll come back with closing comments, and then we'll take pictures with the girls, and that way we'll get ready for our second show with Courthouse coming up a little bit later on. So stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us on this program on this Saturday morning, the Epifano McDonald's McSports program. And we're going to take a little break. We'll come back around 10:40, 10:45, and we're going to do the basketball for both boys and girls for Courthouse. So we hope you join us for that as well. So don't go away. We'll be back in just about 20, 25 minutes here on the Epifano Sports Network. Thanks to all those that have been watching for Miami Trace. Courthouse coming up in about 20-some minutes. And this has been another edition of the Epifano McDonald's Saturday McSports Show right here on the Epifano Sports Network. I'm Randy Young. Thanks for joining us.